Whoa. I don't even know if this is working. It often never does. I'm going to do my test of listening to myself. No pressure, me. Whoa. Okay, I heard myself go, whoa. Right, which means we can start the fucking music. Give me a second, chat. I'm a bit rusty at this shit. There we go. Let's do this. Hello, my name is me, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. I love that generic voice, let's go with that. Chat. Chat. Ah, yes, mine and Dasha's rambles about psychology and philosophy. There are so many philosophers, Lamau, and psychology theorists as well. That is so true, there are so many. And I'm just dipping my toes into that at this point. Yeah. Let me just make sure notifications and shit sent out. I am chat. Okay. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've heard Xavier's description of his subconscious. My god. Right. I should actually probably do the stream. Now my nose is running. Do you want to know that, chat? I'm just dying of sickness here. And not just the mental kind. I am chat. Yeah, you are, you bastard. It's not a nice way to refer to your one person in chat. Chat, can you announce in Nixia that I am live? Thank you. Maybe we unless you just want to be chat, that's chill as well. I'm not gonna rant about this again. I am tempted. I hate it. I hate it so much. But I do like one thing I can do nowadays is change the thumbnails. And I've done monthly copies, which, you know, genius. Which is actually really cool. Thank you, Past Me, for starting that. Have I deleted the other ones? Oh, I guess I export them, but there are Staria December. There should be a January one here as well. Ah, yeah, here. Which are fun. I like the different thumbnails, and I change them once a month. At the moment, we've got some fucking mushrooms. Let's actually get into it, but I hate this UI. It is so mobile edition. And I remember in a Toy Cat video, him showing it like a few months ago or something. Like, also the city project. I've not went on that in eons. Hello, my name is not John, and thank you. Hello, Jardon, I am chat. Okay, so let's load into it, chat. Can you hear the music, by the way? And is it too loud? I'm doing more of the typical, like, playlist thing, but it's just really vibey ambient music. Let me know, and then I'll start actually being a streamer. Whatever that entails. This is a very fucking vague thing to say. Because some people, you know, they stream their feet. We're not doing that here. And of course, that was the example I went to. Of course. Music is barely audible. Okay. I'll turn that up a little bit. Hashtag blame Crapple. Okay, we can blame Crapple for all my tech problems, even though I do not own a single Apple device these days. Yeah. Okay. So I was actually thinking in a lecture of all things, a psychology lecture. Wow, I am projecting to the Oregon wind. Is my voice getting high right now? Hello, Oregon. Music is perfect now. Cool. Ellie, I need to fix it because it is a lot louder for me. It's bearable, though. I need to set up a different channel for it at some point. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Wasn't sure if I was gonna do it, but we're here. and I'm feeling a lot less coherent today. So we're gonna be all over the place. The first thing I wanted to talk about is what's it even called? The player like directional thing from Legacy, essentially. That is so fucking cool for multiplayer people, and just for when you guys are on. It is so nice to have that. I like that. I like that a lot, as Jake would probably say in a more Jake Carroll voice. Though I like that a lot. It's a good thing I didn't have to take a drug test after my job interview, because it was very windy on my way there. Hee hee. So true. You don't want to get high on that wind, eh? How's it going? It's always a fun question because there's only so much. I want to get into the ethics of that question, not really, but there's only so much you can say on a live stream. Because your answers are kind of limited, right? I'm not insulting Dasha's question, but I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to be fully transparent. I'm not going to trauma dump a chat. The best I can say is, like, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm alright. You know, that implies enough. How are you, chat? You can also say half-truths, I reckon. I think the only person who's, like, brutally honest is Toycat. Because stream of consciousness. I feel like it's just... That's not even like a fucking live stream thing. That's like a real life thing as well. It's like very Western, like, etiquette. Like at work or something, you'll get, "How are you today, Timmy?" "I'm doing alright." Doing alright. Living the dream. Exactly, Dash. You get it. That's the only... It's the only good response. It's fun like that. Bernard and fucking... What are these fucking names past me? Okay. Varied law. But yeah, there's always a question that amuses me into my day-to-day, like at work or just random strangers like, "How you going, bud?" Because we've got like very limited, conventionally, like socially acceptable options. Another Day in Paradise is also great. Chat, think of more. Think of more sassy ways of being like, "Yep, I'm living the dream. Another day in paradise. My life is perfection. This is like heaven." It's fun. It's fun. Trust, chat. Trust. I hope I've turned down my microphone a little bit and removed the limiter completely. So it shouldn't peak in the weird way it did in the last stream for audio. Because I always kind of quality check, as in, not necessarily what I'm saying, because I always judge that anyway. But like, I go back after a stream and kind of skim through the VOD, and I'm like, is the voice sounding like okay, as in, like, technical things? Because, as you all know, I am not the most technical person in the world. I'm very capable of it at times, but also not when I don't want to be. Okay, we should actually get into doing something, and I want to start terraforming the end. And I want to go into my creative world and experiment with a grass texture, which will probably use some moss carpet, grass blocks, concrete powder, all those kind of things. Sorry, my throat is a bit clogged, which I'm sure you needed to know, which is why I'm struggling to speak sometimes. I still feel awkward when random chatters ask me how it's going, meaning it is nothing but a greeting. Yeah, it is very Western. Even as a Western person, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, this is the custom resource packs enabled. Oh, that's great. I forgot that I did this. This must have just been before I started uni, because I would have had the time. Yeah, I get that too, Xavier. It's like, okay. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? You know what? I don't feel like giving that information away. This is not my forever world. It is kind of my forever creative world. Except for the fact that there's been like 43 copies of this, of the original version that I come back to, add something like this, and then delete the copy and make a copy of the original again. I feel so disingenuous having to reply with a half-assed "it's okay" followed by a "hello, how about you?" Yeah, it is very robotic. In my mind, it is like a programmed like response, like beep boop, are you okay? Yes, I am adequate today. Beep boop, how are you? I am also adequate today. End of conversation. The worst part is I asked that question while walking by, so I have to respond before they too far away to hear me. I had someone at work like do that to me the other day, and I just fucking went full like NPC. They went, how are you, Jardon? And I'm like, hi person, how are you? I'm okay. Something like that, but like much quicker, like in 2 seconds. Like it was like, hi, how are you? I'm okay. And it's like, what the fuck? I hate it. I hate small talk like that. That's worse than just standard small talk. It's like, what the fuck? It is pointless. It is pointless, and we all know it. Yeah, and the responses for me, I'm like, I'm okay. I'm doing alright. If I feel like lying, I'll say, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I'm doing glorious. I've never said that. But it's generally like, I'm okay. I'm alright. Because you can't say, I'm shit. Well, not as in I am shit as in a person. You can I guess you could say these things. It's just not socially conventional to kind of, you know, go about such ways. It is fucking awkward. It is just robotic. Exactly, that's not small talk, it is microscopic talk. Absolutely. We're looking at like a very basic palette here of blocks. Is that gonna be too... It gives me fucking like suburbia lawn, which is not ideal. And well, just for accuracy, because I want it to be lit up, because I want to light up the end fully, we'll have like carpet every so often. This is... I feel like music is loud now. Well, we can turn that down. Honestly, I don't need that music, and it's actually hurting my ears. That's easy. We can swap to the Stream Deck. We don't need music at the moment anyway. How about that? That's a very basic. I'm interested in, like, going very fucking volatile. Like, grass is nice and very basic. But what if we made it, like, really, like, a really strange color? And part of me doesn't, because I'm like, I want it to be like this little pretty pristine little floating island at the end. My wind chimes are sure louder. I can hear them all the way in Moscow. Yes, fuck you. My accent isn't that volatile these days. For example, what if we went like a purple fucking land? Let's get some purple blocks. Because I want to... Yeah, let's just get purple concrete. Almost tempted to do blue. Yes, the ringing, the drums inside you. I don't want to do cobalt sands again, but this could work. And, like, especially if cobalt sands is just like a weird... We could do like a really weird fucking... Let's go packed ice. I don't have much of it, but just for... It's just a theory, guys. Welcome to tinnitus. Oh. Fuck that. How do I make it blue? I guess I could just do the concrete powders. Yeah. I guess cyan and warped are a good start. Maybe with ice, or maybe with cyan concrete itself. Blue concrete powder would be interesting. I kind of want it to be fantastical. And I'm almost thinking of bringing like a cobalt sands kind of vibe. Like magic is kind of consistent over the world then. It could almost have like amethyst rivers or something. This is for the end island, by the way. Because I feel like it would be a lot more interesting if I did something like this than rather than that. Like, we know for a fact this would look really fucking good. But we could also make this work as well. I'm just trying to think. I want at least 3 blocks. And I don't really want concrete. What are some... If we go natural... There is warped nylium. Is that different in texture? That actually... Warped nylium. Perfect. That could work. The only problem is we could never use this on the edges. Would blue ice work? It could almost work as just like a river, and I'm like, no shit, it's ice. It's kind of too much on the same surface. But like lower? No. What about lapis, actually? Any suggestions, chat? Let me know. I feel like lapis will be way too volatile. If I was doing the blue... Yeah, that could work. It would be very fucking expensive. I don't have that much lapis. We don't need to add even more years. We could do coral, actually. No, we couldn't. Well, if I was doing this and had a water source, that could work. Diamond block? Technically, yeah. What is wrong with this egg? Oh, I did this. This is me. Me and the resource pack did this. Okay, let's test diamond and wall. There's reasons I haven't done both. Diamond, well, obviously, is very expensive. Oh, that would look sick. Even with the grid, just the occasional diamond block. I am so tempted. That would be such a flex in such an arsehole way. Cyan wall's a good shout as well. Actually, what about cyan? That's not even the wall. Did I not grab the wall? My eyesight is really bad, so these are kind of all blending together for me. The wall technically works, it just feels way too unnatural. I feel like we do have a good combo going with what? Not light blue concrete powder, wherever the fucking root is. This. That is solid. You got the concrete powder. If you just little boulders of diamond blocks, that would look sick. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Like, if we went, like, and mixed it with... Maybe that's when we bring in the cyan concrete, because it looks a bit more rock-like. That is way too, like, square. Yeah, we can worry about that, but like later. This though, like if let me send a bunch of this. Let's just do it randomly. I feel like this is really fun. Like it looks kind of, a concrete powder does kind of let it down, does it? Let me. Maybe use concrete powder very sparingly. Build diamond trees, why not? We'll probably actually contrast with, like, glowing obsidian, which is annoying. Crying obsidian, not glowing obsidian, that's not a thing. Very magical trees of wealth. Or we could almost... We're kind of doing an upgraded cobalt sands, which is funny because the cobalt sands itself is not finished. It doesn't have to be the same, but like this should be kind of consistent. I like this. The concrete powder is growing on me. It's just how you use it, right? And that's the wrong one. And a very cyany fucking, like, main base would be fitting. It kind of does. Let's see if just these two would be solid. It's a lot more vibrant, actually, and it doesn't have the same problem of looking like shit has been smeared. Which, to be fair, was intentional, Dash. I was trying to bring that back. I can't unsee the shit. Thanks, Xavier. What about Prismarine, actually? I feel like that'd be a very good path block. And it's, yeah. The path, it would be really good to divide things. And because we're kind of getting that Prismarine a lot now, it's actually a block we could use. Yeah. It does need a third block to kind of balance it out. What if I... let's... What if I did bring... It's not awful, but it's not great. And I feel like then we're just copying, like, Dash's fucking Prismarine biome. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. That, in principle, though, we could almost break things up by having pools of other colors. Okay, no, that looks like a weird fish. Stretch warp whim? A warped. I love how none of this has been in my forever world at all. The title was a lie. I've actually not had that work out at all for me, by the way, just using that as a title. That could work. Maybe. If we sprinkle, my inventory is such a mess here. It would definitely make for good trees. This is the problem with doing anything fantastical. Teal orange blockfish. It's. I did see the fish as well when I made that. Okay. I think it did look. It looked more naturalistic with the shit mixed in. We don't have to spend the whole stream on this. Don't worry. Copper would not work. What about like another shade of concrete powder? No. Absolutely not. Nope. The pain. Okay. I do think, even with the shit, that was the best combination. Who knew? Right, because you guys are getting down to 1, aren't you? Ugh. God damn it, the shit ruins it, though. We need more natural blue blocks. Just specifically for me. Thanks. Let's try high fae. I feel like that could be interesting. No. Raw copper. Well, if there was a blue version of it, let's throw some fucking beans in here. It's not a bad contrast, it just does not work. Let's... yeah. Fuck you. Warped planks, I kind of rejected. We'll move on from this. Because this is just pain. The advantage of doing something like this is, though, we could just cover these in warped roots. The thing is, I don't want to do this with the sacrifice of the castle looking shitter because of the fucking It's just too planky. It could work with the gradient I suggested here. As in the brown? Or did I miss something? Anyways, we'll move on from this chat. This is really solid and could be a good baseline. The option here is, do we want to be more creative or more pretty? Essentially. Do we want to be pretty? Generally, no. Yeah. What about slime blocks, because they're blue in this version? Could make interesting lakes. Obviously, that kind of... If that actually looked like the real texture of slime block, that would look horrific. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna make a texture pack, so I have shades of blue. No. Oh, I hate this fucking UI. It's worse than any of the shit we just did there. I found blue, terracotta, and clay to be a gorgeous combo. Solid. We'll move on, though. We'll move on. Thank you, though, you two. Yeah, let's make it out of honey, because that's so easy to get, even with these two. No. It is such a fucking pain. Especially honey blocks. Hopefully, in 2 years, that'll just be enough to do something with. Right, this is genuinely dangerous now. Let's not fall in it on stream. That wouldn't be great. I think, most people would probably do this bit of the lava last. But not me. Because I'm a fucking idiot. You forgot to try bedrock block. You're so right, Xavier. I'm such a dummy. I should have used a fucking bedrock block. That would have worked perfectly. You should name one of the honey blocks Scam. Absolutely. But let's actually do something. I am very tempted to either mine for dirt. Actually, yeah, no, it's sold. Let's go to the quarry. I haven't been there in a solid 3 years. For context, there is a quarry out there somewhere, and I think Xavier's accidentally stumbled over there before and was like, what the fuck is this place? That's the quarry! Just casually. Can you stop staring at Gilbert's Emporium? At my ethically different villages? Thank you. Yeah. Let's... Oh, this is not the tone I was going for, but that's okay. The problem with going blue as well, if I did a much better version of the Cobalt Sands, it kind of takes away from the Cobalt Sands. And the Cobalt Sands is very iconic to me. It means a lot. So let's not do that. At the same time, I'm like, I don't want to be held back by my own history. How'd you run into that place every time? It is a weird fucking part of my world. I don't think me in 2021 went nearly far enough to just start fucking digging. We're gonna reach the ocean at this point. We actually need to clear out these trees, and I always need wood, so that's okay. We'll clear out... Okay, cool. I have a bed. A bed. Let's change the music. That is not the vibe. Let's get happy. Let's get happy. Tell me if it's too loud, because the audio balance might be a bit fucked. It shouldn't be, though. It really shouldn't be. Let's do it. We are chopping wood and talking about calling Jake Carroll. Yes, call Jake Carroll now. He'll get rid of the trees with ease, with fire breeze. For legal purposes, it is fire. I really should have a hoe out. Let's not revert back to 2021. Oh, Jesus. Ho. Do I want to collect leaves? Kind of, but they'll fill up the inventory. Fuck it. I need more leaves. Sometimes you're gonna be a pain to present me. I have my beloved sugar phone there. Yes, yes. I so desperately strive to play the craft. Because right now, I should not be doing this. I should be reading my philosophy book. Or doing something. I've done like no Antarctic reading. I started yesterday. But guys, we're procrastinating productively. Yes. I always hate placing the cool shulker boxes because I lose them. Let me put it there. You can't go without your hose. You're damn right, buddy. You're damn right. I'm gonna go back to uni, probably like at 3:40. We'll leave at like 3:40 just to catch a bus for a workshop at 5, which I have to go to, otherwise I will be in big trouble. Well, not really, but to pass the course, kind of have to go to those. It is a psychology one, but honestly, they've been a lot less well, they are psychology related. They're a lot more menial though, and like academic, which makes sense. You should do what I used to do in title stream, not doing homework. I was so tempted to title this actually streaming instead of doing university. You know, the thing I'm severely in debt to, that I'm spending thousands of loans. Should probably be prioritizing that, but no, instead we're streaming. That's okay, though. I wasn't going to get anything done anyway. And you gotta find a balance. And the problem I've had lately is I either do too much of not doing anything, or I do too much of anything. And there is no balance in between. So I am burning myself to the ground a little bit. And that's okay. It happens to me a lot of the time. And everyone has their own things. I really wanted to do fitness this year, and I've just had no energy. Because, if we want to get serious, chat, like, I'm struggling to breathe even more every year. And I'm like, that's not so good. I'm what, 22? My health should be in, like, peak condition. Instead, no, I am in a bad state. Very much mentally, very much physically. Let's overshare and stream. Life do be lifing, it do be. The problem with that quote, and like it is what it is. There's only so many times you can say that without like actually, you know, it loses its sentiment after a while for me. It's like, yeah, life be lifing, but I'm fucking sick of it, you know? Let's not get real. Let's not rant. Let's not rant. Let's change topic, because that will not go good. Your Jardon makes me be banned on the channel for reviews. I'm really not, though. Like, I really want to... I talked about this in the last stream, which I think you watched, Dasha, which I appreciate. And I'm not shitting on Xavier for not watching that either. You know, but I talked about a lot of the video projects I'm working on. I'm really, like, hyped to do stuff like that. Like, I think everyone has kind of, like, their core needs outside of, like, survival, right? And some it's, like, more socially, some it's more things like climbing a mountain. For me, one of those things, because there are definitely several things, is creative projects. I need to do them. And especially creative projects that I'm not forced to do in some sort of education. Doing film was one of the best and worst things I've ever done. The second year especially of that, like, burnt out all my passion for film. To the point that, like, I'm kind of getting tempted to work on projects and stuff like that again. I don't have the time. But I think next year, there are kind of like film clubs and stuff at university. I might actually join that. I know one of my best friends was wanting to do a film competition together, but I'm like, I don't want to have the time. I was more meaning, Anyways, let's not get into semantics of a stream time. It is completely valid not to watch, regardless of the time, or to watch at 4 AM if you're that fucking deranged. So thank you. Deranged is a compliment here. Okay, we've cleared out some land. And chopping trees is fun. There's a chance with me working, I'll probably miss a lot of streams here. You definitely will, as someone who's worked quite a bit over the last few years, and I shouldn't. Fuck. Now I'm thinking about other situations. Isn't it fun? I've been struggling with the fact that I'm a lot more of an asshole these days. Because you kind of have to be. You kind of have to fulfill your self needs over everyone else at points. And friendships are one of those things where, like, yeah, let's not get into that. There's been enough drama as of late in my life. I do not want to add to that. Jesus, my brain, my subconscious more specifically, is evil. Evil, evil, evil. It just wants to go to the worst pits of my mind and live that again. So true. Played it at full volume for my coworkers to hear. Absolutely. Oh god, I remember Luke fucking playing one of these streams in school, and I don't think he had headphones. He was just playing it in class, which 2021 me was horrified. Well, if we're gonna get real for a bit, Chad, that's one of the things I struggle with, is my brain, I cannot direct it to go anywhere nice at times. Potential new Jardon subscribers. You can see Dash is the business manager here. She's like, yes. Xavier, be a cunt. Be a cunt to your workmates and force them... It's like religion. No. But it is, okay, like, it is. It's like forcing, like, fucking Christianity on someone. Instead, it's me, though. Which is worse. Is it? I don't know. It's like... Yeah. It's like... Listen to the prophet as he rambles about his problems. Instead of... Listen to Jesus Christ. He will save your soul. I'm not mocking Christians. But I'm not mocking Christians. Gods. Okay. Every fucking direction my brain goes is horrific. Because, yeah. First it was like, let's talk about how, like, depressed. And then it was like, let's talk about, like, a toxic situation with, like, a past friend. And now it's like, let's shit on religion. Which I don't want to do. Like, you know, consciously, I don't want to do that. John's Witness, I'm a John's Witness. Damn it, Dash just told a joke. Actually, chat didn't say that was me. Guys, become a John's Witness today. Yeah. So now we just dig out the dirt, which is really fun. Now she's doing the Simpsons joke, like the ha ha fucking Nelson or whatever it is. I say that, I've watched like one Simpson episode in my life. Oh, now I've just gone to like Simpsons and Family Guy as some of the most unfunny shit in the world, which is even more like controversial. It's probably worse than the religion. Subjective humor, okay, subjective humor. I'm not insulting anyone who finds those funny, you know, it's subjective, okay, and there are genuine funny moments in both, I'm sure. Yeah. This is avoid the mob, because every thought is a dumb one. Ah. Now I'm gonna start fucking talking about Canada or something and piss off Jake again, and it's like, no, let's not go that direction either. I just cannot exist without being a pain. It's a problem. It is a problem. Help. Okay, let's listen to Sea Shanty. It'll get rid of it'll get rid of everything. This is just me spiraling for an hour and a bit. I don't want that in my life. Honestly. You can listen to sea shanty and it'll get me copyrighted, but that's okay. I don't know if it'll actually will. Moon, my every thought is a dumb one when I'm sleepy. I don't even have that excuse. I am conscious. It is fucking 1:57 PM. Right, we'll do a separate chest for dirt. We are kind of sorting things here. Right, chat, give me a topic that isn't going to get me lynched. I'm not talking about cancelled. Cancelled's fine. Spiring in my throat at 3 AM. Yeah, one day. Let's talk about a topic that won't get me lynched. Not cancelled, lynched, because more mobs of people, not cancel culture. Let's not talk about cancel culture either, Jesus Christ. Or say... fucking everything is offensive. To someone. Because saying Jesus Christ is blasphemy in that way, right? So I'm upsetting someone, there's always someone gonna be upset. And, you know, I guess to a certain point we have to say, like, fuck that. Who cares? Well, it's not that, it's like, it is impossible to please everyone. Yeah, guys, I am spiraling. I am genuinely spiraling here. Give me a rope, please. Not to not to hang myself. Pull me out of this bed. Fuck you, Xavier, person. But the pig's vibing to sea shanty at least. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Why are you jumping so much, pig? What is your problem? I don't think chillax is going to fix things for me, unfortunately, Darcher. I am not in control of this spiral. What? Both? Yeah. I guess you guys are acquaintances. We can talk about how hot Toycat is. No, I shouldn't say that either. There's a lot of... outside of Nixia, well, you are Toycat fans, presumably. Well, you're Toycat employees. Actually, that's worse. I'm talking about your boss. Hot. Your hot boss. Chat, what's your favorite color? Help me out. Okay, we can stop spiraling, actually. Let me make a conscious effort. We need... I don't know why. I'm genuinely, like... talking about spirals and how mesmerizing they are. Let's hype it up with our favorite music. This is a custom biome in its own, which is kind of cool. It's like the old, like, ore biome, like the stone biome, which used to exist. Twicket has been more open to collabs lately. I like that too. As someone who is a big fan of him for many years, and as an inspiring content person who has some capability, I do aspire one day. I genuinely think there will be some sort of collaboration, I hope. I'm manifesting that. Let's manifest that, chat. My favorite color is gay. That's obviously what you meant, and not rainbow. The rainbow is sick. And Xavier always likes to say, those fucking gays stole my rainbow. That sounds horrific out of context. I'm sorry, YouTube. No homophobia here, only love. Xavier is not homophobic, by the way. He just wants his rainbows. I am making everything worse. It's like kind of, you know, a good analogy to this. Okay, Xavier's not making it much better for himself anyway. It's like trying to douse, like, an oil fire with, like, kerosene. Like, yeah, let me pot it out. Or actually, an oil fire with water, because it doesn't work. Not gonna lie, I really enjoy the lesbian cows. I do too. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I don't think I have. I've been meaning to. I use a notebook for all my university lectures, and it's kind of a clusterfuck. But I got like a set of like rainbow colored pens essentially. And I use 2 pens for every course. And when I was deciding the pairs, just so I could remember them, for philosophy, I have lesbian colors. Like, my notes are lesbian. Lesbian coded. They're colored, they've got the lesbian colors, which I find amusing. It's very useful. I've actually found this technique helps divide my book, and I actually remember all the color pairs. For academic writing, I have black and green. For psychology, I have red and purple. For Antarctic studies, I have blue and light blue. And then for not lesbian studies, philosophy, I have the lesbian colors. Which is fun. Because the pages are just so very lesbian. Let me, you know what? It's a chill stream. I can get the notebook out and send a picture of an example. Because I find it amusing. It's especially obnoxious, and when I was writing a poem, I'm not calling lesbians obnoxious. It's actually very good for navigating. Okay. We can go on my page of cultural moral relativism and moral diversity. Let me send that to Nixia. Right. It's a shame gay people stole my favorite color. Maybe the gay people didn't steal your favorite color. Maybe you are the gay people. Yep. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that, but that's okay. Also, Xavier's comment about his subconscious. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna say that on stream. I've been really bad lately, though. Like, I kind of want to go for, like, uncensored. Like, in the last stream, I just very, like, blatantly, like, 4cat, or, like, sugar, or, like, shit like that. Not in a negative way, I should say. I'm just being way too honest with chat. I'm losing brain cells by the minute. He's telling Jardon. Clearly not. They're going to fucking Xavier. That little leech. He's taking them. You can see the lesbian notes. I don't even know what channel I sent it to. Maybe I just sent it to, like Karma or, like, Toycat something instead of Dixia. Just out of context, here's a screenshot of my notes about cultural relativism as a philosophical argument. I'm just gonna do an unlisted stream, get unhinged. No, I want clout. I want clout for my crimes, okay? We all know that I'm a very fickle bitch. I'm only here for the attention. We're not doing an unlisted. We're going unhinged, it's public, okay. Chat, I'll give you... You can each... I don't know what I'm saying, chat. Dasha and Xavier, you can each ask one question and I will answer it as honestly as I can on stream. We can get a little controversial, a little spicy here. Probably be within reason. If you ask something really fucking dumb, I'm not going to answer it, but, you know. It's fun at uni because they're doing like the whole there's no dumb questions thing at the moment. And for the most part that's true, but then again it's not. Like, if you're going to like a fucking Antarctic studies class and you're asking, Sal, what's this? I'm trying to think of a dumb question. Something that doesn't fit Antarctic studies or... Like, what you just start talking about, like, fucking art or something. You're like, so how do you paint? What are your thoughts on pubic hair? Okay, you know what? I think it's unpleasant. It is a pain, it grows, and it grows, and it does not go away. I'm also a person, I say to be honest, I have a lot of body hair, and I don't like that fact. What are your thoughts on pubic hair, chat? It's kinda gross. As in, I just don't like hair. in general, except for like my beard and like hair on my head, which is weird. Yeah. I think Xavier was saying damn it, and that I probably wouldn't answer that question, but I did. I fucking did. Regrettably, I did. I am thinking we're probably going to do the grass shit for the end, and that's okay. But we'll add like some like magical rivers and shit. They're rough, coarse, and get everywhere. Exactly. Thank you, Dasha. I don't like my body hair either, but beard and mustache is cool. Exactly. I've been thinking about shaving my beard recently, just to fit in with all the youth, because it's fun, because like I am so blatantly older because I have like a full beard and mustache, and most people at like 18 do not. Yeah. Should I try to de-age myself? Pretend that I'm not nearly 23. I'm nearly 23. I say that to the 24-year-olds, but I shouldn't be complaining. Hi, 24-year-olds. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. I wasn't complaining about age. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Oh, sorry, Dasha had a question as well. Why are you in love with IBX Toycat? That's a... He took advantage. No. What is his favoritism towards Xavier? I'm starting to answer your question. I know stream delay. What? Alright, why do I love Toycat? He's just insanely hot, you know? Not gonna lie. It's not about his personality or wit or philosophy or voice. He said he won't answer stupid questions. I gave such a stupid initial answer to that as well. I'm sorry, Toycat, if you ever somehow hear that. I apologize. That was not the intent. Yeah. You know, Xavier's kind of right though, like, it's kind of like asking if death is death. Because Toycat is love. And we all know that. I think I'm being screamed at. Anyways. Let's play a song. God, this is an eyesore, the quarry. I kind of love it for that. So you satisfied with your answers, chat? You little gremlins. This is from when I did moss mining back in the day, when I didn't have the moss farm. Alright, I answered that question several times. I know it was a bit mean. Who thought I'd be more mean to Dasha for asking something I blatantly talk about all the time? And Xavier said, what are your thoughts on fucking pubic hair? Why was I more mean to Dasha? That doesn't feel fair. I feel like Xavier should have got a lot more hate from me there. Oh, god damn it. Because that just justifies that action. It's kind of like Jake Carroll with the cat shit with Dasha. He's done it for so many years that he is completely entitled to it now, I guess. It looks like a bomb was dropped there. Yeah, the bomb was my ass. Shouldn't have said that either. I should not have said that, Harry Potter. I should not have said that. I do see a pattern, yes. Yeah. Right, chests. Let's expand the storage system, baby. This can be the gravel chest. And this can be a dirty dirt chest. Because we want a decent amount of dirt. Should we segregate the grass and dirt? I shouldn't word it like that, but yes, let's do that too. Obviously, we're going to have a lot less grass and a little bit more dirt. Don't know why I'm saying that so, like, flirtatiously. I should keep an eye on the time. We've got plenty of time, actually. And for some reason, it's been, what, 54 minutes. I think we might go for another hour, honestly. Oh yeah, apparently they black what? What? What in the diversity casting? What? Isn't Snape like supposed to be like the most pale white character in the Harry Potter books? That's funny. He's literally the emo. Not that you can't be black and not be an emo. You can be This is the most woke thing I'll say. Not really. You can be an emo and be black. It's okay. But in the Harry Potter books. What are your thoughts on Astra? Yay, another hour of spiraling. Fucking Arson Joy. Let's not talk about Arson Joy. He's the only reason people come to these streams, and it offends me greatly. I feel like we're less spiraling, because I was genuinely spiraling like 10-15 minutes ago. Like, I don't know why. Let's study why my brain went into an anxious spire of fucking thoughts. Who knows? Chat, you know, the internet is greatly known for diagnosing people. Yeah, if you're a black emo, that's meta as fuck. Yeah. Black people have the advantage of, like, being like, you can never be as emo as me. I feel like that was a very racist statement. But, yeah. Okay, I think Xavier's thinking the same thing, so maybe I'm okay. Excuse you, Luke? Hold up. Hold up. Come on, special guest Luke. Don't get me cancelled. Are you proud to be a black emo, Luke?
Yes.
You're a black emo? Oh, that's my notebook.
Is this? Jesus Christ.
What?
This is the drawing.
Huh?
Of a Minecraft stage.
No! Those are my
Alex, Jesus Christ, Jane.
You're gonna speak into the microphone. What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You know what I'm fucking talking about, right? But you're just trying to hide it.
What? That's my uni notes, not porn. Okay. Thank you for that, Luke. You got anything, any final words?
Faggot.
No, no.
Faggot.
No, get out. Get out. Thank you, but not thank you. Oh god, I hope that didn't pick up on mic. This stream was getting taken down for sure. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's, You know, I'm disappointed the redstone doesn't look like this in the part of your world. He's very naughty, isn't he? That's actually what, like, initially... That's what made me disappear, because I heard... The mic picked up enough, god damn it! Oh well. I'm sorry, YouTube. He's a little shit, what can I say? Ah, goodness. He was talking about bundles of sticks, okay? As in the original meaning. Thank you. He had a pile of sticks in his hands. Trust. feel like we're not doing very well as in homophobia today. First we complained about rainbows, and then Luke said some things. I don't feel like this music is fitting as well. It's like happy, happy, bigotry, bigotry, bigotries? Ah, cool, they accepted the stick excuse. I trust your chat is so trusting and naive. Thank you, chat. Not naive, knowledgeable and nice. Get bashed to death with a fucking shovel, sheep. Oh, hello, hello. Bye bye. Yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about, chat? What were we talking about? I feel like Jake would enjoy. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've said Jesus Christ so many times. One of the improv things, the first improv thing I did yesterday was like, say a catchphrase. And I should have said life is lifing. I should have. But I said the dolphins be dolphining, and they all just looked at me like, yeah, this one's special, isn't he? I was under pressure, okay. It was like, what are your name, what are your pronouns, and what's a catchphrase? And some other people said some stupid shit, and I said something like nonsensical, like dolphins be dolphining. I just wanted to talk about dolphins, man. Dolphins are really fucking cool. They're also heinous creatures, but we're humans. Gay people stealing rainbows from me isn't homophobic, it's Zavphobic, thank you very much. I'm the victim. I am the victim, I tell you. I'm starting to believe Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Fuck, they're on to me. In other news, I am a devout Christian. And also am incredibly gay. I also believe that Canada should be given to me. Yep. Dolphins are possessed by the devil. See, that's a much better, like, catchphrase. Dolphins are possessed by the devil, and so are you, motherfucker. Something like that. There you go. Improv was good, but also, like, I was either solid at it or fucking drowning and, like, not doing well. But it should be fun, because I'll go to that every week. Hopefully, I will force myself to do that, and it'll be good for me. Because I really do miss, like, theatre, kind of, and improv. Those were a big part of, like, some of my teenage years. Like, in actually doing things outside of fucking playing, like, this game. Was, like, doing plays like The Wizard of Oz, and drama in high school. Yes, exactly. Fucking hell, can you imagine? That's right, President Trump. Okay, let's not talk about Trump, actually. Not a good idea. My opinions on Trump? No one asked that. Let's not get into that. Have a referendum about that, why not? I can imagine some real, like, hillbilly, like, Republicans going like, what in the fuck is this shit? I can imagine Jake ranting about this for, like, 4 hours as well. That would be... Those fucking entitled Canadians. I am getting way too controversial yet again. I was going to talk about how I've changed as a person, and I've realized I give less of a fuck in certain ways where I am a bit bad with not censoring myself. Like, yes, freedom of speech is a good thing. I agree with that. But also, freedom to not be a fucking idiot is also a thing. And I fail at that sometimes. Freedom to not be a fucking idiot. Oh, that's great. I'll take that to the grave. You also have the freedom to be a fucking idiot as well, but let's not. I don't believe in censoring free speech, I just believe in fucking sending people into a volcano, sacrificing them to Sean Farmer, talking about ass and donkeys, as in both. It was a synonym, I swear. I wasn't talking about Jake Carroll's ass after all. Now, you see, the problem with dirt is it gets everywhere. It's not as bad as something like sand, it's more coarse and rough and gritty. Now, let's do ASMR. You see, I've felt like I've gotten better at not being baited into arguments. That's good. I've gotten a lot worse at starting arguments. I've gotten a lot more bad. This just an example for like next year today. I've gotten a lot more bad at like things I would have avoided talking about in the past. For example, I kind of knew it was kind of dangerous to fucking bring up the Canada shit this morning. But I'm also like, I genuinely want to know why. And there's the thing with, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna be fully honest here. Fuck you all. Jake and Xavier, specifically, have very different political opinions to me, and that's completely fine. Not that this was even necessarily inherently political. And like, yes, oh god, here we go. One of the biggest things, though, is I want to understand. Because a lot of the things, for example, Trump, yeah, fuck it, we're doing it. We are doing it. We are doing it. Trump is objectively a horrific person. There's no going about that. Even Republicans agree. So it's very interesting when two of your best friends vote for said person, and that's okay. It's more, there's got to be an understanding, which is, my point here is, if I don't understand why people are making reasonings, I am going to press them for an answer. Because I hold friends to higher standards. Yeah. Oh boy, no, the talk will save us now. We can stop there. I don't think I actually went that controversial. I think that's all very, very clear. On more statements, I think despising other countries is dumb. And that comes from someone as a kid who grew up despising, not despising America, but definitely didn't like America. It's just dumb. Despising groups or like massive like labels of other people is always dumb. Inherently so. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. It's because sometimes I just... One of the struggles I have, obviously, is there's two of you. Generally, when there are discussions. I meant to respond to Classic next year, actually. It's not making excuses, but of course it is genuinely hard when there are two very strong-minded people, and then there's you. And it is especially hard with like topics like Canada, for example. Jake is very heated about that. It is better sometimes to let go, but it does get to a clusterfuck when you push things and then don't respond yourselves. But yeah. Fun times. And of course we're all entitled to disagree. With certain things. Because what is the definition of receptive? Does that mean receiving your answers, or does that mean agreeing? Let me... willing to consider or accept new suggestions and ideas. I'd say I'm willing to hear out people, but there are certain things like that are very blatantly like, no. Which we all have. Which is fair. Who knew? I love how I went from like a fucking spiral earlier of like being panicking about like much more basic things. Yeah. I know political stuff, if we're being real, very much upset me last year. Just because it gets kind of so heated. Let's actually talk about like a naivety I had as a child, because I was always like, no politics, that's kind of funny. Who the fuck? This is just pure dumbness. I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to get into a friendship where politics will be a detriment, which is naive. I'm not saying that it's a detriment to our friendship, Xavier, inherently. It just took a bit of processing, I guess. Because I think hating someone for their political opinions, which is not what I'm insinuating, is fucking R-word. But yeah. It's pretty fucking dumb. That's fair. There are reasons, because ultimately, there is no winning with whatever political party you go. Because ultimately, you're going to do the best thing to fit your moral values, right? The thing that's going to help you and your family most, or the things you care about, like whether that's like the environment or the economy. You want those kind of things to thrive, and you need to find the party that fits that best from your mind. I feel like politics as a whole has gotten a lot more about like black and white. Can I say it's like, yes, the Republicans are all bigoted and evil, or all the liberals are fucking whiny little bitches who are entitled. But yeah. It's very polarizing sometimes, and putting things in black and white categories, which I'm not saying is what all people do, but a lot do. Because it's a lot easier to, like, morally, like, side with a side if you can perceive the other side as inherently, like, evil. And I've had to, like, you know, come to the basis with that when I was, like, going from, like, I feel like I'm a very neutral person, both sides presumably have a point. But, yeah, handling that is hard. Because you kind of get whiplash from both sides. Both extremes of both sides are really fucking dumb. And it's very easy for me to make statements like that. Tribalism, that is the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Xavier. It becomes more about being a part of this group, as in the name and, like, socially. Than it does actually about anything political. And it becomes more of the negatives of the other party as your basis, which is logical, right? Like, you don't want to... Let's make up some fake parties. You don't want to join Toy Cat's dictatorship because it's a dictatorship. Very good negative reason. But I feel like we don't evaluate... I don't think we critically think a lot of the times these days. And I struggle with that myself, because it is so much easier, with the lack of time we have in our days, not to engage with certain things. It's a lot easier to make a decision about something. I'm trying to be very non-biased here. Because I've recently kind of went in the foray of, like, I have a lot of problems with woke politics, but I identify with that side a lot more. And yeah, we really went way too much on this stream. I'm sorry, chat. I hope I'm not coming across that way. I think like, yes, talking it. One of the problems about politics is it's seen as such like a no, you do not talk about that because it becomes so heated. Let's destigmatize that somehow, right? Like, it's something that should be openly talked about, like, openly, like, positively even, like, discussed. Just because your neighbor is a goddamn liberal doesn't mean he's an awful person. Because it's very much easy to be like, see the other side as like, oh, these are horrific people who believe these awful things, like leftists are communists, rightists are Nazis, you know, those kind of things. Like, it's very easy to villainize the other side to justify your side. And I'm not... These are very broad statements. I want to make that clear. I'm not saying everyone fits into that kind of ideology. It's very easy to be pushed into, like, the whole hatred of the other side. Like, very emotionally. Yeah, what was my point anyway? Right, it would be nice if we could have a lot more open and respectful kind of dialogue. And that's not easy. That's very fucking hard. Like, an issue like abortion, of course people on both sides are going to get very, like, emotional. And emotions aren't bad, they're human, right? It's just regulating those. Very passionate about certain topics. I don't know, abortion is a fucking tough one there as well. The stream is definitely getting taken down. Censorship, how dare you, YouTube? But, yeah. And then, yeah, corrupt governments is a whole other fucking can of worms. Well, the stream might not be a good one, but it might be an interesting one at the very least. We went somewhere I never thought I would. On stream, let alone in, like, this fucking general discussion. And a lot of it is very consuming to fucking engage in politics, because it's everything, in a way. Well, not everything, but it, like... It's like... It's very hard to agree. To disagree on a lot of things. Because when you get morally inflicted about something, like you morally believe something is good or righteous, and then some Joe comes along and is like, I'm doing the opposite. You're like, what a fucking despicable person. Like, me removing this dirt, you know, Tyrant from Taizao, is that, I don't think that's a real place, hopefully, fucking loves dirt here, and morally to him, what I'm doing right now is a crime. This is an awful analogy. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there, because it is getting too rambly. It's very hard to be coherent about that kind of thing without, like, actual proper critical thought, ironically. Because obviously at the moment in streamer mode, I am just vomiting words. But, yeah. One of my goals, though, is to kind of engage in politics in a more way where I don't get hurt and the other people don't get hurt. Because it is very easy to get burnt. Even with some of your closest friends, you know? Yeah. And I feel like honesty is a good virtue to have. And obviously there are good ways to go about that, but yeah. And yeah, moral disagreements aren't like... That... I'm fucking... Philosophy, literally. Like, there is... We have been trying to work out this shit for centuries. For millennia. A lot of, like, the most fundamental issues. For millennia. And, like, the most intelligent and, like, educated... and kind and empathetic people cannot fucking decide to agree on a lot of things. I think there's a baseline of objective morality, but the deeper you go, people's priorities tend to differ. Yeah, I've been reading about, like, moral objectivism a lot lately, which is the idea that there are certain moral principles that everyone should abide to. Like, for example, don't rape people. Like, that's the most easy example. You can't disagree with that. Like, there is no reason. Because arguments like cultural relativism, let's see if I'm actually listening to my education. Here's a test. Cultural relativism argues that what is morally right is what the culture you're in deems morally right. And on the basis, that's okay. But then you have people, I can't think of specific countries. There was a really grueling example in the philosophy textbook. Was a 14-year-old daughter got essayed. And the police saved her. And then went home, and her father killed her, because in that culture, it is morally wrong to lay with a man before marriage and a certain age. So it was morally right for this father to kill this daughter in the eyes of cultural relativism, which is horrific. Like, because we have tolerance for other cultures, right? It kind of like cultures differ, and you kind of got to respect that. But it comes to certain things like that, where like moral, I think it's objectivism. I could be wrong with the terminology. Is there's a baseline of things of like human standards, and like one of those is like obviously like equality. Kind of important. A lot of cultures especially treat women horrifically and have for millennia. Culturally in different time places and like in different ways, but there are a lot of countries that are still very much like that. Anyways, I'm gonna read chat. The problem arises when, for example, trans people who are fighting for their rights are asked to engage in a civil conversation with people who don't think trans people don't deserve any rights. Yeah, it's very contentious, isn't it? It is hard not to get kind of hurt in that kind of conversation. This might be the most interesting stream we ever do, chat. I think they're a baseline of objective morality, but as you go deeper, people's priorities tend to differ. Exactly. And that's why cultural differences are still okay to a certain extent. And that's where Jake and I say that Muslim culture doesn't belong in the Western culture because originally it's shit like that. Yeah, I think you can take parts of culture and like move them on, but if they're not fitting certain moral objectives, like fuck that. Like, you can't. We should aim for a world where we're kind of like treated equally. Yeah. The stream was definitely getting taken down. I've said so many words that'll get me censored. Let's not even get into censorship, hey? Yeah, how are you guys feeling about this conversation? Are we going too far? Too little? Yeah. Why can't I sleep? You know, that's the real question. So yeah, I fundamentally disagree with cultural relativism because it's nice on paper to be like, to respect different cultures, and like have, or at least be tolerant of other cultures. But when it comes to certain examples like that, you just can't. Where an example like, you know, let's make up something. In Newfoundland, they all do this ritual dance at dinner because it's part of their culture. That's not hurting anyone, and that's not factually accurate. Yeah. Okay, we'll dip into a bit more of this issue. Trans people. Right. My opinions on trans people have changed drastically over the years. From being like very tolerant to a lot more accepting, but still like a lot of fundamental questions about it. I'm just curious what rights trans people are specifically striving for. Is it access to things like HRT? Like, I fully think that should be the strenuous process that it is of like, you need to go through with a psychiatrist and those kind of things, like for months, but not kind of being blocked from that completely. Is that the right? We don't have to go into this if you don't want to. Of course, there's no pressure for any of this conversation. I think because I won't have time to type this out later, we can talk about this here. I can respond to you, Xavier, if I can find my fucking phone. I think I threw it somewhere. We're getting all over the place on this stream. I agree with Xavier. I want to end it here. Okay, that's fair enough. That is completely fine. You know, I think we did pretty good there, though, chat. You all feeling okay? You can DM me if this was not the right thing. Yeah. I do like the idea of being a lot more like destigmatizing these conversations, and I'm not saying I'm going to personally create any change, except for in my own life and my own perception of like politics and stuff. Because for me, like fundamentally, like that's just like a buzzword of like negativity to me at the moment. Like whenever someone's like, "Let's talk about politics," I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." It's kind of that kind of thing, right? At least, yeah, but we can stop talking about it. I don't know where my phone is, which is not helpful. Oh well. Oh, it's on the ground. Fucking hell. Jardon's is life. So true, so true. Hey, we're about to hit 90 minutes, and we got a little bit contentious there, but that's okay. Right. So, chat. What are your thoughts on the spring drop? I think it's okay. It's not anything amazing, but like, yep, it exists. Firefly bushes are dope. I know I've talked about this on stream before, but not to a full extent. And for me, fundamentally, I said this in the last stream, even if this game never got updated again, I don't think that would change. Like, yes, there are fundamental problems, especially on Bedrock, but have I not got live chat on? Spring drop is filler content. I will dinosaur. That's a good way of putting it, because it's not anything exceptional on its own, but it does like do a few things that are like, it's like, yep, you get a tick. I think one of the main voices of concern for the community is a lot of the critique with the drop system is like things like fucking whatever the grass shit is, like the leaves. People have made a lot of complaints about that, and they feel like they're not heard. And obviously, that can be very quickly like very entitled, like Mojang, you must do this or whatever. But genuine community criticism is a problem for the game as a whole. Like, sometimes I don't think feel heard, especially on the Bedrock edition. Yeah. It just feels like, to me, like, it literally is such a tiny update. Like, it's like, again, it's a drop, but in a normal, like, full feature, like, yearly update, it would have been like, okay, these things also exist. Where's the meat? Yeah, also, why the fuck are there 6 people here? We're just lurking. Hello. I thought it was just you and Xavier. I guess we have lurkers. Don't mind the political rants. Like, Jesus Christ. It's actually just Jake's alt accounts, just all lurking. He's not here, but his alts are. Yeah. Compared to the creaking, it's something low. So true. And people already complained about that drop as well. Of course, there's always going to be people who can complain about like every like conglomerate of update. Maybe one of them is us, Enjoy. You wish. Yeah. They're actually the people I pay just to up the view count. Make it look like there's more than 2 people here. The last 2 streams I've done, like, actually last 3 streams I've done have been horrific in terms of other politics. Enjoy it, sorry. Just fucking voice dying here. Fuck what I was gonna say. My last 3 streams have, like, been horrific in terms of audience, and it's just because of the time I've done it. But I've kind of found they've been still kind of solid streams. Because obviously a part of the stream is interacting with the viewers in some sort of context. But you do get to a certain point where you're kind of entitled to that, at least with me. I know I did after a while, in like 2021. Yes, we'll keep referring to this to the end of days. But yeah. One of the biggest thing about streaming, if not the biggest thing, is obviously interacting with various different people who have some sort of like common interest, like maybe the craft or maybe politics. Enjoy to smelt the political discussion here. Which I say, it was a political discussion, but it was more fundamentally about the concepts of politics as a whole and like the concepts of political discussion. More so than like, I'm this side of the spectrum. I guess it still is a spectrum. It is a political spectrum. Yeah. You interact with future you and apparently with future me. That is very true. I'm kind of delusional like that. The quarry has expanded. I just need to make sure we never want to go this way because I don't want to be over here in the world and be able to see the quarry. I probably will be able to on here. That's fine. Yeah, I don't think anything controversial was really said, lol. Well, that was kind of the point in a way. I wasn't going in with like a controversial like bait thing. I don't think it was fundamentally controversial things, it was just like the discussion as a whole. When you mention that word, it's like, ah shit, here we go. So I think we handled that well. Somewhat. I've been kind of thinking, not that I have the time, but to do more quality streams, I would like to almost have an agenda of, like, topics. Like, because I do think about this kind of shit time to time. Like, I would like to talk about this because it's an interesting topic. Especially if it's something I become more educated on. Because improving can only go so far sometimes. Like, improv is amazing. And it would still fundamentally be improv, just more structured improv. But sometimes when you're not in the right specific energy, it just does not flow the same. And like the start of the stream, like today, was a fucking spiral. And it took me doing like a very like no discussion on stream to actually get into it. Yeah. I don't know, everyone works differently, but like almost like a fucking meeting, just like a list of like keyword topics would be nice. Like, on this stream, I want to talk about Arsene Joya for 40 minutes because he's a really interesting character. That's never gonna happen. And obviously your opinions on things are going to be shaped by culturally, interpersonally, all those kind of things. Who is high? Oh, I think they might be the flatmate. I'm never happier afterwards when I talk about politics. I prefer not to. Yeah, I think I kind of confessed, like, it is genuinely quite upsetting sometimes. They're on like fucking visitor, so it's fine. Let's see. Let's observe. We should see if Luke's on, actually. I doubt he is. We've both been playing 7 Days to Die. I should actually keep an eye on the time because I will have to go eventually. Okay, we're still like 15 minutes. Anyways, luckily this area is relatively lit up, so there shouldn't be much damage they can do. Let's sleep just in case. That was funny though. I can explain the next year after. At first I thought it was someone who worked on the sanctuary with me. I thought it was them at first, and I was like, oh god. Oh, politics have never had like a positive causation for me. It's always been like, which is why I'm so like tenuous to respond to like political conversation, for example, in Classic Nexia, and which is why we try to keep it out of Nexia, because I know generally it goes one way, which is more, it can be quite detrimental. I considered leaving like Classic Nexia a lot last year, but that, yeah, there's a whole thing about it, and for the sake of friendship, I'm trying to be a lot more, like, transparent about it. And Xavier's read all, like, my 2024 daily reviews. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of human connection is based off, like, disagreeing with, like, another thing, or, like, agreeing with, like... A lot of human connection is actually forced over bitching about things, which is great for some reason. It can be like, fucking Marjorie from the fucking something department fucking sucks, don't you agree, Kevin? And Kevin's like, oh, fuck yeah, Kylie, I fucking agree, now we're besties. That's a very, like, simplistic way of viewing that, obviously. Let's go back to work, actually. Yeah. But, yeah, political conversation is always exhausting. Especially for me, I want to be a lot more critical of my own thoughts when talking about it. So it is kind of a contentious thing to get into. I don't know if I'm using contentious right. Controversial, I guess. Because it's exhausting emotionally and mentally. And with the feedback loop I have with my own brain, it is torture. Which is funny that I did the whole thing on stream, because I will definitely probably feel the consequences of this later. But that's alright, because there was already going to be some sort of fucked thing in my subconscious anyway. So it's okay. But I want to strive for transparency. When applicable, because sometimes being honest and being transparent can be great, but there's a difference between being honest and, like, fucking... I don't know. I know the Americans in chat, like... Yeah. Also, fundamentally, and the fuck, Dutch just literally said the same thing, is I hate arguments. Because for me, every time in my life... Because obviously arguments are, like... Has always been, like, the fundamental point of an argument is supposedly... is to at least offer another perspective, right? To be like, you're wrong, here's why. For me, the problem I have with most people... arguments very quickly, I'm not even saying from my side, turn into, with a lot of people in my life, are not about being right. Not actually about, like, education or, like, actually being, you know, like, here's why. It's more like, who can insult someone in the most, like, fucking quick way and effective manner so they shut the fuck up. That happens a lot. And I have a distaste for arguments. I also just very much struggle to get a lot of words out, and have a lot of gaps. There's a lot of stupid, like, argument techniques that aren't actually achieving the purpose of an argument. So sometimes it's best just to ignore your differences. I think the thing that bothers me the most is when my views lead to you all seeing me in a negative light when these topics have no effect on how we normally treat each other as friends. It's really hard. I've been meaning to have a one-on-one conversation with you for a while. Because I really struggled with that last year with my perception of you, specifically Xavier. Ironically not Jake, even though logically Jake should be included into that as well, right? And it's not even necessarily like different political opinions. I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about that on stream. Yeah. Just fundamental differences and the way people go about them sometimes can sting. And as someone who struggles with being not so direct, it's a very Kiwi thing. Not blaming my culture for that. It can lead to a lot of resentment. Yeah. What was my point there? I want to be more open about that because I don't want there to be things that have a genuine detriment on those kind of important relationships, you know? But there were things I got very, I guess, hurt by? I can't even think of specifically. Or maybe it's the perception, which is why I kind of want to fundamentally understand more things. I also just hate arguments. Which is not helpful either. But let's end this discussion here. I'm not saying as a whole. We can definitely talk about this interpersonally, as in me and you, Xavier. If you want to at some point. But yeah, let's put a stop there for now. Yeah. Because my god, we have had our contrast the last 2 years. Yeah, no, that's completely fair, Dasha. Oh. We will probably end soon. It has been a fucking weird stream. End in like 20 minutes or something, chat. We can do that. Give me some topics that aren't this. Yes, I'm demanding chat. Isn't that my job? Sorry. You want to talk about dirt? This is probably barely a dent of the dirt we'll need for the end. One thing to end on though, I want to face the things a lot more head forward, which is why a recent situation... Actually, yeah, let's not get into that either. I've been in a very detrimental state today, chat. Clearly. Sorry to drag you down with me. Let's not do that, eh? Right. There's now 7 spectator of this beautiful discussion. I would feel so like, what the fuck is this stream? Because what stream goes into that, like, personal, in-depth kind of shit? Hello, random spectators. Very, like, Truman Show-esque of, like, okay, hello. Drama and politics get crazy views. Guys, that's what I need to do. I need to pick a, like, a really extremity. What's trending these days? Which side? Which side will get me the most views, guys? Left or right? Oh, absolutely, and I plan to keep doing that, and to be a lot more responsive, even with the deluge of stuff I don't want to. Right. How do we make this profitable? Capitalism. It's funny because I fundamentally do care about the idea of viewers and like subscribers and shit, but I do not give a fuck about money. Yeah, I just want to influence people to do horrific things. That's right. You heard it here. We'll go to 120 minutes, so we at least have a 2-hour stream, which is rare. I don't know why I removed the bed. We will never know. Isn't like shadow banning a thing? That's the thing people always talk about. Surely the shit I've said in the stream should like get me more than that. But no, we're getting more viewers than we normally do. Weird. Let's chop some trees down. You can have the fame or have the money. Okay, capitalist Russian. Jesus Christ. That's how we work together in Nixia. I always have like ideas for Nixian videos that are like, no. It takes so long to edit them, and like it is a pain for the Nixians to arrange those kind of things. I just like doing stuff with the Nixians. They're very, very silly fuckers. Yeah. One of the best things about this game... I know, let's talk about the game we're actually playing. I very rarely do these days, which is okay. It's like non-diegetic in a way, which makes no sense. Well, I'm going to fail at that, Dasha. At minimum, I'd barely achieve getting an hour. Toycat said it's the new meta. I guess that makes sense. When I need to figure out the date for the Minecraft Live. If it's somehow on a Saturday for me, I will definitely do like the 2021 thing again. I would love to do an event like that. Again, but kind of managed by me again. Not managed, but you know, like a stream. Last time we did with that was with fucking Sugar. And I remember being dead. Who knows? Maybe it's a factor of both, though. I know the meta strategy, like, genuinely was to get Jake to do his democracy bit. Because that would, like, summon a whole horde of new people. Yeah. So we are kind of... As much as this has been literally for the point of getting resources, this is also a custom biome in a way. And I kind of want to cut it through here. We need to find the edges of this. Kind of like barren lands. And also, it's just genuinely useful for getting resources. I just want to... It's very hard to blend a fucking quarry into a natural world. But if we kind of like island this and almost have a river through here, as if I don't have enough projects, but let's chop these woods down. Because I need wood. And I really hate taking wood from areas. And designating this one area as like a place I can destroy is great. I think longer length. Judy calls me to manage the chaos of Toy stream. Ah, fuck, true. Maybe I need to do like a separate, just Jardon event, as narcissistic as that is. But then there is... Maybe we'll do that. We'll actually, that's probably smarter. We could plan out like a fun event thing. It doesn't have to be like, yeah. You need wood, try Viagra. If fucking prude. Okay. To be fair, Xavier was never as much as a prude as 2021 me. Yeah. I would do this a lot more if I had the time, obviously, and go for a lot longer. Like, streams like this, I actually am feeling, like, okay to keep, like, talking. But yes, eventually it must end. This was your brother. This was your sister. And this was a twist. Oh. You want prude? Try 2022 sugar. Oh god, that's worse than either of us. Oh my god! I should not do that, especially in the recent context of events. You know, it's okay mocking someone when you're friends with them, but it's not okay mocking someone when there is complete, like... you know... Let's not get into that. It has been, like, referred to, like, 5 times in this stream just by me. God, that situation is like... Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But yeah, for obvious reasons, I'm going to avoid references to that person, because I don't want to think about them. And I feel like they might feel that same way about me, or they might hate me. Like, despise me. Either one. You know, whereas I would rather not have to think about them ever again. Such is life. Obviously not. That is not the case, though, obviously. When your closest friends is friends with them, which is absolutely fine, by the way. You are entitled to that. Oh god. Imagine if people went through fucking, like, people's, like, other friends is like, nah, you can't be friends with him, Tyrone. You can't be friends with Larry. Because I don't like Larry. You can't be friends with him, okay? I guess that does happen. That does genuinely happen. I just think that's very stupid. Because I think it is absolutely, like, okay, for example, for Larry to not like Tyrone, but Tyrone to, you know, be friends with Larry's friend, Jiraiya. You know, humans are complicated. Yet again, we have the Council of Lurkers who are either bots or just very like, yeah, I don't want to engage in this shit, which is fair. I want to watch this tree burn, but I don't want to set myself alight in doing so, you know? Did we appreciate that, like, analogy slash metaphor? We better off. Yeah. We've got so much more dirt that we need, so this is perfect. Whoa, crazy. Really, Xavier? Really? That is crazy. People fell asleep on other streams. Is that genuinely a thing? They just, like, watch a stream and it ends and then just YouTube auto-recommends and they just end up here? Is it just Tyler's fucking 7 clones? It's actually only 4 other people, which is a lot of people, I should say, because 3 of the watching now, 1 is me, on my side screen watching the stream so I can see chat, if that counts. I am in my actual account, so I don't know if it does. Like, if I go, fucking, hello, you know, that's there. Just Tyler's. Or for me, for years, the only streams I really talking to are, like, people, like, friends of mine, or, like, Toy Cats. And even with Toy Cats, it took years. So, I've always kind of been the person to, like, yeah, let's not leave comments, unless it's, like, really something, like, significantly cool. And even then, it's, like, I've never been a commenter, because comments are some of the most toxic thing. Fucking hell. Hello, Love Star. How you going? God, can you imagine? Imagine if that woke them up. Can you imagine the timing of that? You gotta embrace shit like that just for the 0.111 chance that's actually happened. Because it would be insane. Hello, my name is Jardon. Welcome back to another live stream on the internet. My voice is starting to hurt, which means we've done good, chat. We'll go for another 5 minutes just to, you know. Yeah. That's why Netflix is always like, are you still watching? Oh, absolutely. It's like, are you engaged in this? Are you paying attention, you silly little fucker? Have we made enough cuts for you to keep watching? Is the action? Is this comedic? Netflix is like a very insecure partner. Scream into the mic and wake up all your viewers. That's one way to get rid of viewers. Sleeping viewers are absolutely okay here, because right, the more viewers you have, fundamentally, the more it attracts more people, right? Is that how it works? And you know, we need to influence the masses to say dumb shit. Yeah. Who knows? I know Geo is a lurker. He's at work today, to be fair. But I know he's the type to, like, never say anything, and then the stream be like, hi, I was here all the fucking time, and it's like, okay. Because, for me, I listen to streams as, like, podcasts, because I cannot focus, like, attention. I don't care about the gameplay. Like, just being honest, I don't, for the most part. Except I do, because it can affect the commentary. For example, Toy Cat, if he's doing a speedrun, his commentary is generally, at least in my opinion, going to be a lot more game-related. Or speedrun related, which I don't care as much as about. Whereas the ramblings and stuff, I can just listen to as a podcast. Yeah. Jardon ASMR them into a deeper sleep? No. I did say in the last stream, which only Dasha would have heard, is, yeah, another bet, and I haven't even completed the last one. But if I get to 1,000 subscribers, no time limit on that, we'll do an ASMR stream. It'll be like, hello, my name is Jardon. Is that a fucking zombie? Kill it. Or it'll be a lot more like, I hate ASMR, but I would do it. I think in 2021, me was especially, like, freaked out by ASMR, which, honestly, valid. Valid as fuck. Right, let's make some chests. Just to fill in the gap. And then I will have to go in 4 minutes. Yes. And Dasha, I hope you sleep well, especially because I know it's fucking late for you. I appreciate your commitment to the bit. I appreciate the lurkers and Xavier as well. 20 apples. Hell yeah. A minor amount of birch. That shit was potent. I almost fell asleep. Some ASMR is genuinely disturbing. It's like the weird, like, fucking sound shit that they do. Because what I'm literally doing there is just softening my voice. You know, that doesn't bother me that much anymore, to be honest. It's like, okay. It's just a different pitch, essentially, in tone. It's like, hey. It's more when you go like, No, that just sounds very sexual. Don't know how, but imagine fucking like waking up to that. You fell asleep watching YouTube and you just wake up to we don't. This is the one biome where creepers are entitled to explode everywhere. And for some reason, my mind is fucked, so I'm thinking of explode in a completely different way. You can explode everywhere, creepers. They make you uncomfortable. Yeah, when people make saliva noises and shit, it makes it very uncomfortable. I don't even know, unless I was drunk, I don't think I could do that. Like, I couldn't commit to the bit. Okay. That's not really what they do, but it was disturbing. Not listening to fucking sexual genres in the dead of night. There's more grotesque noises you never want to hear. Yeah, try fucking clipping that, I dare you. Are you gonna go... explosions in a row. Why am I doing this, chat? Why am I doing... Oh, we've reached 2 hours. Let's end this. Actually, we need to... I'm so sorry, this is gonna wake up everyone. It's trampoline time. We talked about politics, and friendship issues. Not really. That was certainly a fucking stream. I think that was a banger, and the fact that it was something you would have never expected. I don't think Xavier and Dasha, specifically clicking on the stream, were expecting that. They were probably expecting the rambles, but they were certainly not expecting whatever the fuck that was. But yeah, thank you for your patience showing up. Thank you, especially lurkers. I hope you're sleeping well, or just observing well. Or if you're bots, we respect that. Don't eat us. And goodbye. Subscribe, like, all that kind of shit. Send me money so I can give it to Dasha. Yep.